World Champs basically tomorrow is going to be next year. But I'm doing Lake Taupo tomorrow. I'm doing it this year, if you know what I'm saying. So my whole thing was, as a runner, right now I'm trying to take myself and become a triathlete. So my coach has actually designed my program around that, which has been cool because he went to Worlds for duathlon. He's done a lot of triathlons, and I suppose you guys all know him in the running world as well because he's such a fast runner. I'm having a little bit of trouble negotiating my paces at the moment. Bit of history and previous injuries cropping up in this December time, so I wouldn't say I'm ecstatic, or I wouldn't say that I'm trained enough for something, but I've got, on the 20th of Jan, I've got the Germiston Trinity Sports, and that's going to be an Olympic distance, which is 1.6 swim, 40k bike, and a 10k run. I would like to try and crack my last time. So what I did at 5150 was I did a 242, which in essence is rubbish, but there were a couple of things that I did wrong. I could say that I could have probably smashed maybe a 235 with just sorting out wrong things that just were not right, and things that just were not fine. Let me try and, sorry, this camera just needs a bit of color contrast. How's it, Chief? Good, good. Yeah, sorry about that. So how the triathlon went for me and the 5150, it didn't really go well for me. I feel that I wasn't prepared enough. There were small things that I was trying to do like a professional, which I wasn't, so why try do that? But the ultra went well. I suppose the ultra was actually quite great, because the ultra I was racing against friends of mine who are all better sportsmen than I. You know, I'm coming into this and I'm only running fit. I'm not going to say I'm a terrible runner, I'm not going to say I'm a good runner, but I'm fair and I can hold my own. You know, they are all-round sportsmen. The one has done Ironman, the other was, he's very, I mean, he's decent. And all four of us went into it all going for the win, and you know, my one mate who I just knew that would win did win, and I pretty much dominated the second, because the mate that came third just had a terrible time, and he was like 15-20 minutes after me. So yeah, I suppose ultra was fantastic. The weather played into my hands because I'm the only comrades runner. Well, no, the guy that came third is comrades runner, but I've done 3. I've got a bull Rowan, and I did most of my training, if not all my training, well, most of my training in the afternoon. So technically today is my rest day. Unfortunately not, because when you decide to go from running to triathlons, your rest day becomes a swimming day. So it's the 31st of December. Look how many people are at the gym. Why would you be here? What possesses one to be at gym on the 31st of December? Does no one else? I suppose you want to be healthy. Good for you. Keep healthy. I've got a bit of a hard swim session ahead of me, and yesterday we did an hour 20 on the bike, so I'm pretty much smashed, legs are smashed, but I guess we'll just have to swim and take today as a rest day and see what happens. But everyone's looking at me, so it's like so weird, and I'm talking into a camera. It's just so not South African. I guess if I was in America, there'd be like 12 other million people doing exactly what I'm doing. So I suppose we all got to start somewhere, and if you're watching this, then I'm doing a good job. But yeah, man, let's get cracking with the swimming. Just to let you know, out of all three disciplines, at the moment right now, swimming is my favorite. So I'm pretty psyched. I woke up today nice and late, woke up at 9, knowing that today was a rest day. I got no double session today. So I'm pretty much stoked for the swimming. I'd like to thank my #1 sponsor, Breaststick. Finished my session, fantastic session. I got no one looking at me under here, and it's the first time I've ever driven to gym, and if you want to know why, just thought I'd show you. It's absolutely manic. Now I've got my light, there we go, there's my light. It's absolutely manic out there. It's raining. It's typical Old Year's Eve, and probably going to rain into New Year's, but now it's time to get some food because it's 11:32 and I'm hungry. What are you doing?
Exchanging something for baby.
Not a lot of selection.
There isn't a lot of selection. And
Do you want to get a cafe mocha?
I'd love to get a cafe mocha.
Maybe something to eat?
Yes. Feed my belly. Growing belly.
Looking rather large.
I know. I discovered that I have some stretch marks on my belly. That's why I've got olives, cucumber, carrots at home.
Okay. Let's go. Big ass burger. It's so amazing how everyone looks at you when you got a camera in your hand.
Okay,
you look like you're like an alien. No, they just think you're weird. Because you're like an alien. Everyone just looks at you and like, this is not South African. Go back to America. So it's lunchtime, which just means I'm gonna have a shake. Myself and my wife have been trying to work out why I've picked up so much weight, but it's good weight apparently because the chest is growing and the stomach shrinking. So if you guys are wondering, I am 64 kgs as of this morning, but special thanks to Biogen for getting me fitter, stronger and healthier. And just something that I do as well is, because I find it a little bit sweet, I just put a teaspoon of coffee, which also keeps me awake, and it gives me like a shot of energy for the day, just in case I'm feeling a little bit fatigued or whatever. But after this, I'm gonna go to a braai, because it's New Year's, in a couple hours time. Big ass burger.